Movie studios are being quite generous this coming Easter, and this is coming off the cuff of April Fools, where we weren't really believing anything that was being revealed or any kind of breaking news or anything like that. So they probably waited the day after, or at least a couple of days after, for big studios to kind of drop some new trailers. One of them is actually for a project that has been kind of, bred for the past, frankly, decade, with multiple different stars attached, different kind of properties, and now we finally have the sequel, the long anticipated sequel for one of the greatest masterpieces of the 90s, Space Jam. And here's the funny thing, is that Space Jam I actually do like. As a guilty pleasure, I understand that the entire movie is just one giant commercial for the Looney Tunes and Warner Brothers properties in general, and from what I can tell from some screenshots and headlines I've already seen, especially trending on Twitter, Space Jam, A New Legacy starring LeBron James, it's not going to be anything different. Let's check out the brand new trailer for the new film that's set to be released in theaters and IMAX later this year. And, play.
Basketball camp is next weekend. You got amazing potential on the court, and I can help you get there.
That's not what I want, Dad.
I do remember LeBron being pretty funny in Trainwreck, so he's got potential as an actor, at least.
Hold up, wrong floor. Bet Will Smith ain't got to deal with this.
Dad!
Down!
Yeah, he did.
What in the Matrix hell?
Welcome to the space.
Yeah, so as you can see,
Welcome, King
stuff
James.
very not
I am
Looney
the
Tunes.
king of this domain.
This is the serververse.
What'd you do to my son? Where's Dom?
The only way you're getting your son back is if you and I play a little basketball. Pete, send this clown to the rejects.
Wait. What is this? I'm a cartoon?
How do you know how to do that, though?
What's up, Doc?
I need to assemble an elite team to help get my son back.
I know what you're looking for.
Ryan Coogler is the producer? I forgot about that.
Shoot the ball.
He shot it.
Let's try that again, shall we?
Oh, it comes in July. Fuck, I thought it was later this year. No, that's too far
King
away.
James.
Welcome to
The Space Jam.
I thought King Kong was Universal.
introducing
The hell?
the Goon Squad.
Masters of the
You
Elements.
gotta win this game
Hey, she's in this.
Let's end this.
and get our son back.
Yikes. Classic.
Welcome to the Space Jam.
I'm going old school on his butt.
Whoa.
Senior discount. All right, that's mildly charming, but okay. So it's not bad what I see. I noticed that, they're doing some. The only thing that I do notice that are kind of different to kind of modernize. It's overall very generally modernized. I was not expecting. I don't remember seeing this anything in the news or entertainment news or websites or whatever that Don Cheadle was going to be in this, and he's essentially our bad guy. He's playing some kind of AI now. Of course, at that point, I'm like, should I even bother questioning it? It's Space Jam. It knows what it is, and it's LeBron James going up with Bugs Bunny to play some basketball and ultimately win. I do, however, find it interesting that when the first one took place in like a stadium, this is taking a much more street level approach. You notice that the court and all that stuff is more like a street ball rather than the big studio league game. And I guess that's going to be hearkening to the message about, King James, being humble as royalty. I'm looking way too much deep into it. Will I check it out? Likely. One thing that I find kind of fascinating is how the cinematography definitely looks much bigger budget than in the original. Even though the effects aren't exactly as polished, there's different angles where I'm like, all right, I do appreciate the extra level of polish on the cinematography side. Like whenever LeBron is in some kind of environment, the lighting on him actually matches where he's at, as opposed to in the original Space Jam where it was just so fucking obvious. Even for the 90s, they could have done better, and there were so many obvious shots where it just looked like Michael Jordan was in front of a green screen and was talking to no one. Here, you can definitely take, except for this shot. This shot's the only one that looks just a little weird of him falling. But the animation is definitely going to have the computer-generated kind of approach, especially since we are in the time that we're at as far as how to take shortcuts and use technology to animate things. What I will admit I don't really understand at all is that this is supposed to be Space Jam LeBron with the Looney Tunes. Why do we have to go all Ready Player One and bring in all these properties? As you can see right here, we can expect Superman, Gandalf, King Kong, Iron Giant, and we did see Iron Giant and King Kong themselves pop up in the actual trailer, which was making the rounds on the internet, specifically Twitter. So, I'm sorry, but why? I really don't know why, because at that point, it does become rather transparent that this is just here to sell. Yeah, it's once again hearkening, I guess, paying homage to the original Space Jam. Was a commercial for McDonald's, it was a commercial for Gatorade, it was a commercial for Michael Jordan, it was a commercial for Nike, it was a commercial for Warner Brothers and Looney Tunes and everything. Doesn't look like Space Jam: A New Legacy is going to break that tradition, because hey, if you love these properties, check out Iron Giant on HBO Max. Check out Flintstones on HBO Max. However, if I am to wrap up my actually, this is a really perfect shot. To wrap up my thoughts on Space Jam: New Legacy, I do like that, unlike the original Space Jam, LeBron is going back to live-action aesthetic. So are the tunes themselves. As you can see right here, in fact, there's an earlier shot that showed Bugs Bunny getting digitized or rendered, if you will, into 4K or whatever you want to call it. There's Scooby-Doo right there. There's the Mystery Machine. But right there, Bugs Bunny is turning from 2D flat cartoon to 3D. That angle I actually do like. And like I said, also, kind of paying attention to a little bit of the detail. I like that the overall actual lighting and the effects of these characters. Granted, it's very obvious as to why they're doing this, the Goon Squad that way that they are. You have one water guy, you got a fire guy, you got an air. Where's the Earth Nation? I'm actually kind of surprised we're not seeing Avatar: Last Airbender up in this shit. But obviously, with superhero movies being all the craze, our villains are probably going to be adapting those properties that the Looney Tunes have to go up against. So ultimately, it just falls down to the charm. And also, just like John Cheadle, was not expecting to see Sonequa Martin Green in this. I really liked her from Walking Dead, and I actually like her even more currently on Star Trek Discovery. So very welcome surprise here. Whether or not there's going to be some kind of surprise Bill Murray style kind of cameo, we'll have to wait and see. But so far, I'm not necessarily day one, but if I find myself with some spare time on a weekend night when this comes out in July, and me or the friends or the girlfriends want to pop a cold one and check this out on either HBO Max, or I don't see myself, fighting for the theater unless I'm vaccinated. Otherwise, it's Space Jam: New Legacy looks exactly like what it is. And I'm all for it. Yeah. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next reaction video. Stay humble.